own EBUs about, how many properties, 100?
We've got about, how many we've got on the market now?
How many do you sell in a year?
150.
150. And the average price is how much, Will?
1.4.
1.4. Okay, that's a good business. I want to ask, when you look at your own sales team, there's some guys there, one of the guys I remember is doing, there's a few people doing over $1 million.
Yes.
$1 million. What are the qualities, characteristics, attitudes that you see of your better people in your brand? What makes them good?
Work ethic, loyalty, consistency, discipline. None of these things you can teach, Tom. They come in time. I can teach someone to make a call and say this part of dialogue and that part of scripts. But if they don't deliver it properly and they don't sit there, they're not going to get the listings. So to be $1 million, what I've seen to become $1 million fee writer, you just fucking want it. Yeah. I got to work alongside Scott Hay, I'm going to drop a name now, and he would sit down with agents and he would say to agents, give me $40,000 and I'll invest it in you so people start seeing you everywhere and you will start getting call-ins. No one wanted to gamble with that. But they'd go to the casino and put everything on red. So they didn't want to invest in themselves. And Scott said to me when he started, he invested $50,000 of his own savings and he wasn't looking at getting that back. He just said, I'm just going to put it out there. We'll see what happens. He was in the papers. There was the DL cards going out. He paid letterbox droppers. He was, I think, on bus stops. He came up with all this marketing and he did not one call. And in his first year in real estate, he made over $500,000. And that was back in 2003, 2004. It's 20 years ago, over 20 years ago.
Amazing.
I've gone to a point where I was just hiring for the sake of having bums on seats and going, okay, cool, I just want to have more people. And you said before, Tom, you were in Perth. Yeah. And someone said, what would you do to get a listing? I've hired 2 guys. Before I hired them, they were at my doorstep 4 or 5 times asking for a job. And they said, well, I want a job, give me an opportunity. I kept pushing them back because they're too young. I said, no experience. I don't want to hire anyone young. I don't want to hire. I've got so many young people in my personal team and also the office that I don't want to hire anyone new. But then these 2 came at me and they just kept coming at me and I'm like, okay, they're hungry. So I gave them an opportunity of a 2-week trial for free. I said, you work for me for free for 2 weeks. And the one with the most appointments will win, have a job and have a seat by my side and have a job here at Torres, and the other will leave and go get a job elsewhere. You'll be fired. And I said it to their face. I wasn't going to play the game of cat and mouse. I'm just like, that's how it's going to be. In the first week, the guy who came in, he was like, I want this. He was out door knocking till 7 o'clock at night. He was out making phone calls. He got me 3 appointments in the first week. And then the other guy who was trying to make cold calls, he was really quiet on the phones. And I came up to him and I said, mate, you need to project your voice because you've got 1 week left. And right now you're practically over the edge and someone's just going to push you and you're going to be out of this office and working somewhere else, but it won't be with me. The following week he came back, he just started to make calls because he knew he had something to lose and something big that he wanted. And he got 3 appointments the following week. So I hired both of them. Because they were that good. And you know what's interesting? No experience. 0 dialogue, scripts, no experience. You know what they have? Energy. Energy is your currency. You know, Gavin says that. You walk in, they're at the door knocking on doors. And people going, yeah, sure, get Will to come around. On the phone. One of the guys, he is yelling on the phone like you do, Tom, but not on the phone. I know you know, to the crowd, but he's yelling on the phone and the lady on the other end, she's laughing. She goes, so where's this auction? Sure, I'll be there. And it's funny because I was taking it away from them. They knew one of them was going to leave, if not both. And I was expecting for one of them to quit. But they was both so good that I had to hire them. There was agents at my previous office that I would come in, I would start getting listings, and there was agents there that were far more experienced than me that couldn't even get a listing in 3 months. I remember there was a board. We write all our listings on the board, and it was like Will Torres, Will Torres, Will Torres, Will. And I started to get haters in the office because they were like, oh, he's got too many listings. I'm not taking them off you. They're my listings, like I've worked them. But then I remember seeing names up there, and I would never see, and guys that were far more experienced and mature. I mean, you look at my age, I mean, I'm 40 now. And 15 years ago, I looked like I was 13. And there was guys that were dressed well. They were in suits, glasses, short hair, combed. Like, you would trust them over me. And they couldn't get listings. They couldn't secure it. So for me to answer that question, I had...
Oh no, the video has just ended. But I got good news for you. If you resonated with this and you want to take the next step and move from just being a sayer to a doer, this is your sign to join the Real Estate Gym, where you can get enormous amounts of content, scripts, dialogues, techniques, processes to help you build an ELF business. Effortless, lucrative, and fun. Press the link right now.